Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today we have in here Unravel 2, a game developed by the Codewood Interactive, the same developers of the first Unravel. So this game it is using the Fire engine. This engine have a long history in many other engines and titles like Dirt and let's just see, Dark Souls. All of them had used Fire engine, but many of the games that did used Fire engine before, they did adapt that engine and fork it into their own things. Like for example, Dirt decided to fork the engine at some point and decide to claim it as an Ego engine. So yeah, that's pretty much that. But we are in here to talk about the performance and the settings and what is Unravel. So Unravel, it is pretty much a side-scroll game. In this case it is mostly a cooperative game, but you can still play on single player. That has or throw to you a ton of puzzles where you need to face with this other character that wasn't available on the first game, which is this blue character. So let's take a look on the settings. For this graphic card, if you want to sustain a frame rate above 60 frames per second, my recommendation is to keep the shadows on medium. Trust me, you won't even notice the difference, because it's very small. For the recommendations, these guys recommend an FX CPU, pretty much 8 gigs of RAM, and an AMD Ryzen 270. So the 270 it is slightly better than the graphic card that we have in here. So at any case, this is mostly what they did recommend, and the recommendations are for the maximum settings at 1080p. So with the maximum settings you get an average of 81 frames per second with the 1% low of 58, but if you decide to use the shadows on medium, you can expect pretty much a 1% low of 65 frames per second, which means that the game never did drop to me from 60 frames per second on the places that I decide to benchmark. Okay, so some places might be more demanding than the others, so I can't promise you that the game won't be dropping at least 1 or 2 times below the 60 frames per second, but apparently with the shadows on medium, it seems that it is not going to happen anytime soon. Alright, so that's pretty much that. Now about the game. Unravel 1, it was a great game. It has a special place in my heart because it is so damn sweet. All the soundtrack, the environments, I mean the character in here, it is, oh my god, it is so damn sweet and it is really nice. But they decided to release the second game after some E3 announcement at the year of the release. It was insane. They just announced the game at the E3 and suddenly the game was available to buy with a price of $19.99. So I thought it was a very good price, and it is the same price that they are still charging today, which is bad. But on a sale I'm pretty sure you can get this game very cheap, or if you subscribe to Origin Access you have access to the entire game. But like I was telling you, the first game was amazing. It has very good puzzles, despite most of them are really easy, none of the best. And Unravel 2, it is pretty much more of the same. So if you enjoy it, if you did enjoy the Unravel 1, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy Unravel 2. You can expect to finish this game in 5 hours, or if you want to do all the achievements and stuff like that, you might take 9 hours or 10 hours to finish the entire game. It is not much, but this game, it is really good. And I think it is more important the time you spend with the game and you really enjoy every second than spending hours and hours in games where you're just bored. So this game, it is not going to do that to you, and the puzzles, unfortunately, this is a con for most of the people. The puzzles are really simple. I'm not really sure why they have done this, but probably since you are going to play cooperative, they are going to assume that you are going to play with your little brother or with your girlfriend, or who knows, with your mother or your non-gaming father, I don't know. But the puzzles are very easy, and so if you have a girlfriend that never have been into gaming or something like that, or your little brother which is not as smart as you, I hope, this might be a good game for you to play with him or with her, because it feels very accessible for them to play, and this is why I should recommend you Unravel 2. But none of the less, if you don't have anyone to play with, there is no worries, because I'm in here playing with the single player mode, and you can actually play with the 2 characters, one at a time of course, but you can carry over, you can carry your secondary character with you with no issues whatsoever, and you can stop carrying it and use it alternatively or at alternative methods to solve the puzzles. So I think it's really good because it doesn't really affect you. Despite this is a cooperative game, it isn't really going to affect your performance in this game. You can play it single player mode just fine with no issues whatsoever. And that's it. So guys, thank you a lot for watching. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.